Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and we have a member you probably didn't expect to see again. Oh yeah, we got the TheOne Orca clone here. This is going to be probably the last video showcasing it. And I just forget absolutely how stunning this is. I absolutely love this color. This is in kind of awaiting for the brand new Bali Plus Orca clone V2, which maybe I'll be able to hold on to this for long enough to do a comparison, but I don't know. But I do have one of those on the way, and this is the one's V1, which arguably looks better, but it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, this is a beautiful custom anodization job done by me, and I slightly butched a bit of the polishing job, so I'll have to quickly resolve that before I ship this off. But overall, handles, I absolutely love how these have come out. Like, this is just absolutely stunning. I'll give them a clean before I post this off as well. But yeah, this is honestly one of the balisongs I would say go alongside the Bali Plus Tsunami and the Armed Shark Tsunami, and also maybe even like the Chab. Maybe not quite the Chab, but this is one of the balisongs I would say deserves kind of Grail status among clones. This thing is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you first get it out of the box. This needs a good tuning with like some nicely tuned bushings, because that's all that's missing off it here. But other than that, this thing is still phenomenal. But yeah, other than that, I mean, even without tuned bushings, I mean, does that fantastically. Got this. I've just got the stock bushings in here with the stock washers. But I've adjusted this to be for floating. Not for floating, for standard bushings, sort of normal bushing conversion. But yeah, this thing absolutely kills it. So when it comes to aesthetics, I'll have to give it a 9, maybe even a 10. I absolutely am in love. I think this with the Monarch as well. I will be getting a Monarch soon, guys. Do not be afraid. Another Monarch, I know. But I absolutely love that thing. Yeah, this probably gets a 9, probably even a 10 in my books, from the aesthetics point of view. It's just absolutely stunning. JK did an absolutely stellar job. And the one, of course, for cloning it in a way that was so faithful to the original. And it's actually surprisingly comfortable as well. So aesthetics, it gets a 10, That's probably the first 10 I've given for aesthetics. Yeah, I don't think I have. Maybe on the Monarch. I actually don't know. But yeah, there you go. There's the first 10, or the first 10 in a long time, I would say, for aesthetics. When it comes to sound, I mean, I like the ring. Now, this is not a representative sound of the final, product here. You can definitely get some better sounds out of this guy. But honestly, the little ring is nice. It's a bit high-pitched, and so I don't know. But in terms of the pinsless sound, it's actually quite pleasurable. I've not found any issues with the pinsless sound for me. I've not found it to be too muted, but also you change this to normal bushings and it just makes everything feel a bit more tactile, a bit more firm, which I'm a big fan of. The balance, it is handle bias. Yeah, it's definitely handle bias, but it's an enjoyable handle bias. Again, it's a heavier balisong, and I've said this a few times. Heavier balisongs are less affected by weight. It's not quite as heavy as the Telesto. In fact, I actually think it is about the same weight, but it doesn't feel quite as heavy as the Telesto. I think the fact that it's got really chunky handles helps kind of even out that weight, like, mentally. But it still fans absolutely phenomenally. And actually fans a little bit like the real deal. The real deal has a little bit of a wobble when you palm fan. The other fans are fine, right? Like, doing this kind of fan, it's fine. But palm fans particularly like to wobble on the real deal, which it's probably just because of this blade shape. And it's kind of recreated here. So I think you get a fairly true experience when it comes to how this flips versus the real deal. I really like this V2 blade, right? This actual Orca blade rather than the Monarch one that they used to sell it with. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I cannot get over this color. Oh my goodness. This is my first ever Blurple balisong. The fact that I did it myself and the fact that it looks so good, honestly, I almost bought one after doing this. Like, literally I was this close. Hence why I got myself a Orca V2, because I'm probably going to recreate this color on it with the same kind of design, just in lieu, in honor of it. Although I'll probably even do a similar kind of acid wash thing. I probably won't do this ham-on, but I'll probably do something similar just to have one for my own collection. It's like absolutely fantastic. I do think this looks better than the Orca V2, although I think the Orca V2 is slightly slimmer. But I really like these blocky handles. I really like them. Like, they look really, really uncomfortable on photos, but I cannot tell you, it's actually really, really nice. This is genuinely one of the more comfortable balisongs I've used. But it's still super grippy, super tactile, super awesome. Really pretty as well. Like, yeah, the work I put into this was definitely worth it. This lovely satin finish here, like a nice satin polish. It was definitely awesome to work on. But overall, yeah. So the flipping for me, this is probably going to get like an 8. I really enjoy how it flips. I personally am a bit more partial to a lighter balisong, but I really, really enjoy the balance of this. It honestly feels like a really, really expensive knife, to be honest. Like, it feels... I'm not going to say like an Orca, but it does feel like a Grail knife. Like, this is one of those balis, I would say this thing has Grail kind of performance. Not in terms of it's for everybody, but in terms of the way it's put together, it's just really, really well done. I mean, it feels solid in the hand. I mean, you could definitely do some chopping with this. Fantastic EDC knife. Okay, the steel isn't great. It's D2, I believe. But I mean, it's like, what, 100 quid? 120 bucks. Actually, I think it's a bit cheaper now, actually. I think it's like £90 or something. It's like probably $110. So for around that price, this thing is an amazing deal. And I think if you care about blade steel, the Medusa clone is probably all that you're going to be after. Or maybe the DI blade for a Tsunami. But overall, I think if you want something that's like just a tank, this is definitely... It's got 2 screws to worry about, which the hardware is... Okay, the hardware stock isn't fantastic, but it's not horrendous. You can get some cheap M2.5 screws here that I've got installed here. You will... M2.5 by 5mm, that's what you should get, so you don't have to cut them. I had to cut these, but, it is what it is. Yeah, you can do that and make yourself something really, really nice. And that's basically what I would suggest, because this thing... One, it makes it sound better. 2, I think it looks a little nicer. Maybe not. But you can at least get your T8 bit and really torque it down that way. But yeah, overall, flipping, fantastic. Balance, again, it's handle bias. It's not a crazy handle bias. It's actually fairly neutral, but it's just a gentle handle bias. More so than the Kraken, but again, it's probably because of the weight. When it comes to... What else am I talking about? Tolerances, 8 out of 10 out of the box, no tap, a little bit of play. Floating wash system, but once it breaks in, it's probably a little bit there. Handle gap, I have no fear about this. Crush it, like, you can press this as hard as you want, and that is like barely budging. So the pinsless, I have no fears about it whatsoever. The steel seems to be work hardened already. Titanium seems to also have been work hardened enough that it's nice, it's bouncy, it's set in. There's gonna be no issues other than you just got to tune it. Other than that, what else could I even mention on this guy? There isn't tons to mention. It's just fantastic. I really, really, really like it. Am I a bit biased because of the colour? Maybe. But overall, I think that this thing is a splendid contender for just something that's awesome. If you want something that's different in your collection, with a little bit of a ring, a little bit of spice, if you want a first pinsless balisong, definitely do recommend this guy. Overall, I'm going to give this thing an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 actually, overall on the Tacticometer, as to whether I recommend this balisong, and I really do. I very rarely have a balisong that I feel this strongly about, that I can just wholeheartedly recommend to everyone. I think anyone who enjoys flipping will have a place for the Orca clone, whether it be the Trainer, the Monarch blade, or this kind of blade. I've only tried this one, so I can't tell for like the Trainer and stuff, but obviously this is really, really awesome. I definitely can recommend this before I ship this out. This is going to be fantastic. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, or even if you didn't, you can leave a like anyways, because what harm does it do to you? Leave a subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. I think if you say like and subscribe, I think the button like flashes now or something like that. I've seen that work in a couple of videos. And yeah, consider becoming a channel member. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please pick yourself up one of these. Link to buy them will be in the comments down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.